Hello and welcome once again to Darth Grumpy Dad. All right, so been working on this unhallowed essence build for the Demon Hunter, and it's been a complete pain in the ass. Like just the pieces for the build itself, the main set pieces weren't dropping to save my life, and the suggested build for it on Maxroll wasn't running very smoothly even before I was getting gear together. And so I went to the leaderboards, Greater Rifts, Demon Hunter, and I looked up this build and seen what the top guy was running on it. And so I've come close to that. Right? It's still a little different than what he's got going because I haven't gotten a Stone of Jordan yet. I haven't gotten a Dawn yet. And I mean, 6 hours of gameplay and I still haven't gotten a Dawn. I just recently got a Wraps of Clarity to drop. They're a bracers that are called for in the Maxroll build, and they provide damage reduction for you. And I just got those, and you know, but once the build is together now, and it mows T16, but as usual, again for the overview, taking out all my Paragon. Taking out all my big gems. Oh, not enough inventory. Dear Jesus. Again, because I have a bunch of stuff for this build and another build, maybe. Let's see. Any compass rose that isn't socketed or looks useful is going. I got a few of them. Yeah, a bunch of these don't even have. I mean, they're just re-rollers. They don't have a socket. They don't have crits. They don't. That's a decent one. No, that one's crap too, actually. And I even rolled a socket on it. I must have needed one really bad. Okay, so these can all go. Bye-bye, compass roses. I'll be mad when I get whatever build I was saving them for. I'm like, where's all my compass roses? Well, you're a dumbass and you put them all in the fire. All right, so let's see. We will go with that Bane of the Stricken, that rank 25 Bane of the Trapped. Scroll down through here. That 25. So I'll have to do a couple quick GR runs to get that Bane of Stricken to 25. Right, and then we're going to get one of these. Actually, no, I'm going to need 6 of these. Doodly-doo, come on, there we go. Grab one more just in case. And need one of these. All right, so we'll gem this out. Yeah, and I don't have it quite the way I want it yet. And like I said, it's a little different from what the leaderboard guy is running. So I figured beginning build, just like me, fighting for stuff. Like after level 70, the smallest then gem that drops is this Marquise. So assuming you can put a Marquise gem in everything if you've been running at level 70 for a minute. And if you've got enough, done enough GRs to get these at least rank 25, so you're getting the secondary bonus on it. Wait, what the? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to pop a GR35 here, somewhere in there, so I can speed run them, get that Bane of the Stricken to 25. And then I'll start going over how this is running, because I still need a Dawn. A Dawn has not dropped, so I'm going to create a level 1 Demon Hunter and see if I can get it out of there. Right, just forge a bunch of weapons, and Boom Boom's bad. This build is, you want to stay back off of things. This thing is squishy. You want to be close to anything, which is probably why they use Zay Stone on the push build for max roll. Okay? So you're a sniper. You're using Zays. You stand back and you shoot at the guy from across the room, right? It's kind of how this build is supposed to work, I take it. But early on, I was using Bane of the Stricken because it gives me damage to elites and bosses. And it was taking me so long to kill everything, right? Like, I was hitting everything several times. And you can see, like, if you go watch some of the playbacks, on like, even on like, it was like T10, and you can see on the boss how the stricken stack was building up and slowly be taking damage. And then it just start taking damage faster and faster and faster as them stricken stacks built up. It was really a kind of good example of how that gem works. Well, you need it on upper GRs, not so much lower ones. I mean, even this, I could probably, hello daughter, probably just run Bane of the Powerful. And I may do that after this. I'll put these 5 into my Stricken, and then just use Bane of the Powerful. Because earlier, it's the first gem that drops for you when you start running GRs. So, and you get, out of the 20 gems, your Bane of the Trapped drops kind of later in the order, and your Taeguk is oftentimes one of the very last ones you get. So as you see, once you get the build together and get it going, it smashes. It's straight rocks, man. There's no... It's like this on T16 too. I'll run a regular Nephi Rift after this to show you. I'll go over the skills I'm using, the gear, and again show you, like, you'll have to look up the build on max roll. I don't have the ability to overlay that at the time because I'm just streaming from my Xbox. I don't have a big old gaming PC where I can overlay all that stuff. All right, let's see, where is that? There we go. Well, that'll get that to 18 at least. So, get out of here. What, kitty kitty? Mr. Black Cat. Need to be roughed up a little. Huh? Well, I'm busy right now. I'm sorry. So 2 minutes and 39 seconds for a GR35, which, I mean, starting, that's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. So we will take out that stricken, and I will put it away, and I will fetch this 35 Bane of the Powerful. Put that back in the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Which only, I mean, Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, anytime you hit something with a spending attack, you take a second off one of your cooldowns. And I'm using it to kind of, because the cooldown on your Vengeance is long. It's way longer than what it lasts. So I've been using the Obsidian to lower the cooldowns on that, get that down low. so I can try and get it up more often because you do, you know, you're well, look at it. Vengeance. Turn into the physical embodiment of vengeance for 20 seconds. Side guns gain 4 additional pierce shots for 60% weapon damage each on every attack. Homing rockets shoot 2 rockets at nearby enemies for 80% damage on each attack. And Vengeance itself gains 40% increased damage. So it gives you a big damage boost. Vengeance fills your heart. And I have the Dark Heart on rune. Vengeance fills your heart, reducing all damage taken by 50%. So it's 50% damage reduction. And you get all those other perks when it's up. Right? But as you can see, it's no longer up. And the cooldown isn't halfway yet. That's why I'm using the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to get some more cooldown, right? A second of cooldown. And the other ones, your companion, it's not a bad cooldown. And then what is that? Presence. And of course, Y is multi-shot. And you just have to hit that once when you get into the rift. And then your strafe will automatically fire it when you get close to an enemy. And I'm sure this will still run T16 even the way I've nerfed it with all the Paragon out. Really low gems all the way around. And not having all the parts. Because really, squirts, you want the squirts. You want the convention of elements. Then this is Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac should be a Ring of Jordan. That because it takes your highest elemental damage and it calls all your elemental damage at that, right? So all your elemental damage will be at the level of, on this, it's the fire damage, right? So there's 20% on the gauntlets. There's 18% on that necklace. And then I'm wearing Cinder Coat, which gives me another 18% fire damage. Early on, I was wearing Blackthorns. Like, see, I'll identify these ones really quick. And see, the lightning damage, you can roll that for fire damage. So that's another 20% fire damage. And then in the cube, you have Mage Fist with another 20% fire skill, right? Right now, I have Knarr's 10 clip in the cube for the weapons. Strafe gains the effect of Drifting Shadow Rune. So it's 100% motion bonus when you're strafing. Now, skills on my A button, I have Companion, Wolf Companion. When you activate it, your companion deals 500% damage on its next attack, right? Now, with the Wolf Companion, your wolf howls, granting you and your allies within 60 yards 15% increased damage for 10 seconds, right? In the passive, anytime it's down, like, okay, I'll pop it again. Anytime the green bar is down, but the cooldown isn't done. Like right now, I'm no longer getting that 15% damage. But what I am getting, it's on cooldown, I can't even scroll it. What I am getting is a wolf companion that attacks enemies in front of him for 150% of your weapon damage as physical. Right? Really, waiting for the cooldown now. I should probably look for one. I don't think there's one that does fire. I think I already looked through them and set the whole, I'm trying to set everything on the build to fire, so I'm getting that extra 60% fire damage, 80% fire damage, whatever you can get out of the build and still get your 6. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. Spider, slow enemies, physical damage, slowing them. Yeah. Bat, again, physical damage. Boar increases all your party's life regeneration and resistance to all elements. That would be, I guess, helpful. Yeah, no, it's all physical damage, so you're not going to be able to do a fire on that one. Then on right trigger is strafe, right? Shoot at random nearby enemies for 675% weapon damage while moving at 75% of normal movement speed. In addition to regular shots, shoot off homing rockets for 130% weapon damage as fire. So, doing that fire damage. Now, also on this build, the sanctified weapon, you want the strafe. Strafe now casts the last non-channeling hatred spending ability cast, right? And then it's on Yang's recurve. Multi-shot attacks 50% faster, and its damage is increased 200%. Right? So that's why. So you fire that at least once, and then you just rely on strafe. And as soon as you get within distance, you seen when I was going through that GR, it just starts doing the multi-shot, and it sprays. It's a fucking machine gun of arrows that like spread out in a wide area. It's absolutely devastating. Once you get the build together, it slaps on T16. I mean, this little build will be a very good build for running bounties and regular GRs. And I am on T16, and you just see now. I'll jump into a regular Neffy here in a second as soon as I'm done going over I'm tired. I can't even remember what button does what. Skills. All right. Then on X, I have preparation, invigoration, right? Permanently increase maximum discipline by 20, right? And that's the passive. And anytime your cooldown is done off of that and you pop it, you instantly gain 30 discipline, right? So I'll vault around for a minute and see the discipline is going down. Then I pop the X button, boom, fills that discipline. And that's a big deal on this build because reading the set bonuses, right? 2-piece bonus. Your generators generate 2 additional hatred and 1 discipline. I actually don't have any generators on this build. So that's not worth nothing. I'm not really generating any nothing. I mean, they kind of generate a little bit of hatred, but not a lot. Okay, the 4 set bonus. Gain 60% damage reduction and deal 60% increased damage for 8 seconds if no enemy is within 10 yards of you. So even though, you can just straight smash through it using your vault, you want to occasionally be a short distance away, at least 10 yards away. And you can see on my skill bar down there, the third one in, it's like pointy ears, right? And, oh, dear Jesus. Hit the X button. And you can see Unhallowed Essence, third one down, increased damage dealt and reduced damage taken, 8 seconds left, right? And it's basically your helm. It's your helm on the build. See all with the pointy ears. Pointy ear, Batman build. Next, on the Y button. And this is the hit it and forget it button because you only got to hit it once when you get in the rift. Right? Multi-shot. Fire a massive volley of arrows dealing 360% weapon damage to all enemies in the area. Requires a bow. That's why you have Yang's recurve. Right? Every time you fire, and then the arsenal rune, every time you fire, you launch 3 rockets at nearby enemies that each deal 300% weapon damage as fire. Because the whole build is around fire. It's the way I'm doing it anyways, and it seems to work pretty good. All right. B button, vault. Tumble acrobatically for 35 yards. And then I have Trail of Cinders for the rune. Leave a trail of fire in your wake that deals 300% weapon damage as fire over 3 seconds. All right, and then the RB button is Vengeance. Has a 90-second cooldown. Turn into the physical embodiment of vengeance for 20 seconds. Now your side guns gain an additional piercing shots for 60% weapon damage on each attack. And you don't get that because you've got a bow. Homing rockets. You do get the homing rockets. Shoot 2 rockets at nearby enemies for 80% weapon damage each on every attack. And then your general vengeance bonus is gain 40% increased damage. And then Dark Heart, of course, the rune. Vengeance fills your heart, reducing all damage by 50%. So there's already 110% damage reduction in the build, but you're still kind of squishy. That's why I'm sure the build generally calls for Wraps of Clarity, which is another like 42. We'll see. I got a pair in here. Finally dropped just a little bit ago. Like I was running the last couple. Oh, dear Jesus. Just hit X. There we go. Select it. Gotta take it the fuck out, I guess. There we go. 41%, maximum 50%. You can get 50% damage reduction out of it. So that's 160% damage reduction if you're wearing the Wraps of Clarity. Right? Your hatred generators, which we're not really using any, reduce your damage taken by 40. Yeah, so it's not really applicable to the build because we don't have any actual generators on our bar, on our action bar. So we wouldn't be getting any of that anyways. Passives, numbing traps, right? Enemies you hit, slow chill, or hit with fan of knives, spike traps, call traps, grenades, sentries, have their damage reduced by 25% for 5 seconds. So built into the build is a slow effect. So you're getting that 25% damage all the time. Right? Ballistics increase your damage of rockets by 100%. In addition, you have 20% chance to fire a homing rocket for 150% damage when you attack. Thrill of the Hunt. Enemies hit by your hatred spenders are slowed by 80% for 2 seconds. So that actually makes this one work. All right. Ambush. You deal 40% additional damage to enemies above 75% health. Right, and I already went over the cube, but that first one is supposed to be Dawn, which gives you massive cooldown on your vengeance, so you can get 100% uptime on that. Secondary, I think they want you to run Mantles of Channeling, but 20% fire skill, and the whole build's on fire, so fire skill. And again, then I think you're supposed to use Mantle of Channelings for your shoulders, and then this would be the regular Unhallowed Essence Surcoat, right? Or chest plate. But I have Cinder Coat on. I'm like, for that fire damage, right? And reduces the cost of fire skills by 25%, 23% on this one. Let's identify what we got here. And then I'll run. I think I already put all my gems away. Nope. Run a regular GR with the build as is to show you, even on build, you can, once you get your 6 pieces, you can do T16 even if you don't have quite all the pieces. And the way you run this, you come into the rift, first thing you do is you hit your multi-shot, so it's been activated. And then you hold down the right button and right trigger. So hopefully when your vengeance cooldown is done, it'll pop again right away. And strafe is your main attack, right trigger, you just hold it down. And then you hold down the A and the X. So every time those cooldowns are done, you pop your wolf again, the discipline creator, right? That's where you get, having full discipline is where you get the majority of your damage from this build. I never got that far into the explanation. All right, so your 6-set bonus. Your generators, multi-shot and vengeance, both deal 350% increased damage for each point of discipline you have. Right? So here we go. Let's should have a list of how much discipline I have here somewhere. Damage armor. I don't want to have to add it up, right? I haven't actually looked to see if it tells you how much discipline you have. It should. I mean, you have 2. There we go. Hatred. Cost reduction is at 50%. Discipline 62. So that's 350% damage times 62. So that's times 10. Each one would be 3,000. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 15, 18,000% damage. It is a lot of fucking damage that multi-shot is thrown out when your discipline is full. Ooh, there's a gobby here somewhere. I heard him. There's his little chuckling ass. Dead. Dead bandit, like all bandits should be. And then, like I said, like when you need to move, you just tap that. Tap your vault, and you move right across the screen super fast. And as soon as you start hitting guys, and your cooldown on your preparation comes around, you get that, you feel your discipline bar right. And then you just slowly drift around and let it kill everything. As you can see, it just hoses everything. You don't want to get too close to anything. Because like this, see? I popped that pylon and they surrounded me and that was it. I was dead. So I hit the multi-shot and they get on everything again. And they died instantly when I came back, right? So it is a little squishy. So instead of, maybe you do want to run Vengeance if you're good at staying back. I'm not very good at it because I'm always trying to get through, right? I'm moving. Trying to get it done fast so I can get into the next rift and start getting more gear. The more time you spend in a rift, the more gear you get, the better your drops are, the more mats you have to make new gear. Boom boom's bad. Get the fuck out of that shit. All right, next floor. And as you can see, even without the full build on T16, I'm rocking this Nephilim Rift. Like nothing really stands in my way. As long as the only issues I really have are like when I pop that pylon, or if I'm in a rift in the blood marsh, right? All that blood on the ground, the poison blood on the ground, that messes me up. You don't want to stand in that. That will wreck you with this build. Just flat wreck you. Anything that explodes, you don't want to be close to it. Ground effects, you want to be back away from. You don't want to get hit with arcane beams. All that stuff will wreck you. Like the. And then see, now I got a spot where all I got is me and the Rift Guardian. I can stay back and just hose him. He's dead. That quick. See, I almost died from something anyways. Squishy. Alright, so I'll head back to town, close this rift, get rid of this stuff. And then we'll roll a new level 1 Demon Hunter. See if I can get Dawn. And I would have been rolling for the Wraps of Clarity too, just to have them. But I already have a set, so I'm not even going to worry about it. You don't even need them for this build. Maybe later on in the build, when because right now you're using the Guardian build. So it gives you, it basically doubles, gives you 100% extra strength or dexterity, intelligence, whatever, based on how much intelligence is on each of your pieces of gear. Or dexterity, excuse me. The higher amount of dexterity you have on your gear, that comes naturally. I don't believe that includes augments and stuff. It's just that came on your gear. So you want the highest amount of dexterity on gear drops. So you're going to want ancient gear or primal gear. And then it gives you a huge bonus. Like if I take this piece off, you can see how much damage I lose. Come on. For fuck's sake. Why won't it take the fucking thing off? I'm doing something wrong. Select. There we go. See? See how much damage I dropped all the way down to 67,000. With this piece on for the set, I'm at 15,000, right? Or a million, basically, damage. I'm at a million paper damage with that on. So it's a pretty big boost. It's a pretty big boost. And later on, like eventually you'll have enough Paragon to where when you're pushing, you can switch from that set to your Captain Crimson set. And then you will definitely lose the Cinder Coat and you'll want to put on the Wraps of Clarity when you get pushing like that. Still no, yeah. Not a Dawn, not a Dawn, not a Dawn, not the Dawn. There's probably a necklace that gives you fire damage to you, like naturally, but I didn't waste my time looking for it. Okay, so. Okay, I already stowed my gems. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to quit out. Switch hero. Create new hero. Demon Hunter. Accept. Stag. Good Demon Hunter name, I guess. All right. Game settings. Adventure mode. Act 1. T6. Start. Now, your drops, like when you craft stuff and upgrade it from rare to legendary with a level 1 character, those upgrades are set. There will be a set of order of how they come in every time. Every time you make a level 1 character, you make 5 bows, you will get the same 5 things when you upgrade them from rare to legendary. And that's how I got the bow. Yang's Recurve was like the third one in. The Odyssey one that was originally in the cube for the Maxwell build was like the 6th or 7th one in. The Quiver was the very first one. The very first one is like, and it's the Quiver I'm currently using. That badass ancient one, right? It's the very first one you make. So, now, is what we need is the Dawn. So we're going to go to weapons. We're going to go over here. And we don't want crossbows. We want hand crossbows, right? We want that side one. And I'm going to make, we'll make 10 of them, 5, 6 of them, I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure you'll get it fairly quickly because I've had such a hard time getting it to drop. I'm willing to bet it comes easy. So I crafted, see how many of these stupid things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Let's make 2 more so we'll have an even 10. So we'll know, for sure whether it's in the first 10 or not. 9, 10. Gonna rock on over here to the cube. I'm going to upgrade rare. I'm going to start upgrading those crossbows. No, not Dawn. Not Dawn. It's the same one, twice in a row. Piece of shit one. Calamity. Calamity's a good one too, like early in, because it automatically applies Mark for Death. It's unruined Mark for Death, but it's still 15% increased damage, right? So early on, you don't have Dawn, that Calamity will work. It'll give you 15% increased damage on everything you shoot. Moon Swings, not Dawn. Dante's Revenge, not done. Vaulting gains the effect of the rattling roll rune, not worth it. Yeah. Nope, not Dawn. Not Dawn. What? The fortress, like. Here's the seventh one in, not Dawn. Eighth one in, not Dawn. Oh, Jesus. Is Dawn really that rare this season? That was a necklace. Why the fuck was that even a necklace? Okay, so we're going to put these all in the garbage. I don't believe I didn't get it in the first 10. That is absolute bull. I was wanting to do some rings to see if I could get a Stone of Jordan, but it looks like I may be using all my mass to try and get a Dawn here. Okay. Yeah, it's 11, 12. I think that's all I'm going to be able to make is 3 more. And then it'll be back to the grind. I don't believe this almost always works for this stuff. Dante's again. Oh my dear Jesus. Calamity again. Wow. So it's not 13 of them in. You don't get Dawn. I mean, that's absolute crap. The only other, and you can try and gamble for it, but that's not a. I'm gonna try and gamble for rings here. See if I get any yellows. No, they're all coming. There was one yellow, but none of these are gonna be 70, so it's not gonna matter, I don't think. Puzzle ring. I don't even know what this stuff was. What did I get? Loric Signet, flooded. Yeah. Figure, yeah. Loric Signet is one of the few rings that you can gamble for and get pretty easy. Because it's one of the few legendary rings that you can get. My maths, how many do I have left? I don't think I can. Well, I can do a couple more. Let's try. Let's see if I can. Level 70 rings. It only costs you gems to make them, so I'll make like 3 of them. And then it'll be back to the grind to try and get that done. This has been the most difficult set to put the fucking together. I swear to God. Nope. Very frustrating. I can see why people are upset with this set, even though it's the Hedrig's gift, right? Because if Dawn is really this hard to get, oh, hey, I've got a comment. You're doing great, Dad. Can't watch for long, but I hope you're doing well. Also, your streams are good. Well, hey, my kid likes my streams. That's awesome. I'm not sure how long ago that was, though. Uno momente. Let me shoot him a message. No punctuation. No, no. No, nothing on this here. There we go. Right on, right on. Okay, yeah, so this is, yeah, I'm actually kind of pissed off. That burned up all my mess. I had 1,000 of everything. I figured that would be plenty. Nope. Dawn is a MFer to get, apparently. All right, so I didn't have anything to put in the stash because I didn't get anything. That was a complete waste of time. And I'm like dumbfounded that it was so useless to do that because I got all the other stuff like in the first 5 or 7. The quiver was the very first one I made. The Yang's Recurse was like the third or fourth one, and the Odysseys and that Maxwell calls for the bid build was the like 7th or 8th bow, right? So switch hero, delete this guy. He's of no use anymore. All right. Get Scythe out again here. All right, so now, I don't know. I'm done with this build now for a little bit. Although it's a great build probably for doing bounties. It killed the Rift Guardian really easy on T16. So if you're doing Demon Hunter and this is the first one you got, like it's late in the season now, but if you're just starting the season and you're running a Demon Hunter and this is the set you have to work with, this is a pretty good way to run it. It works pretty well for T16. I can say that, and it is a fun set. It smokes through Nephilim Rifts quite easily, as you've seen, even with no Paragon and super low gems and everything, just enough to get your bonuses going, right? Once you and you can run GR20s. That's only like a T8 or T4 actually, and you can run that pretty easy once you just get all legendary pieces. And early on, when I'm building a build, and I know what I'm going for, and I look the builds up, I look at all the skills, and I get all those skills set the way I want them before I even have the whole build put together, right? So I'm already used to how the build kind of works before I get all the pieces. Then all the pieces, I think I've had the most difficulty with this one, and it's been, yeah. My buddy, I know you guys can't hear him on the mic. He just, oh my God, he makes me fucking laugh. He's either making the fuck fun of me or just saying stupid shit to say stupid. Yeah. He's playing, he's not playing this game. He's playing, what are you playing again? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And he just ran into some town and got surrounded and just butchered. And he was just like throwing a fit about it. Had a little fit. God, I wish I had Dawn on this. I wish I could get Dawn so I could give this I don't want to try and push at all with this, even with the larger legendary gems and stuff I have without Dawn, because I just don't think it'll perform as I want it to without Dawn. And I'm upset now that I didn't get it. So I'm gonna get a different build. I don't know. Just upset. Don't know what I want to do now. I've been running Nuffies for a while to get all the mats I just wasted. I could use bounty mats. We'll keep this at lowly and start running bounties and see how well it does out. All right, hit that multi-shot. Start rocking. What is the military has a machine gun shotgun. I think it's called the MP40 or something like that. And they mount them on like their the Navy uses them on their assault boats and such. And this is kind of what it reminds me of. Just look, you just boom, a shotgun going off in one direction and just annihilating everything in front of it. I don't know how it's going to work in this, though. We'll see how it clears this cursed chest here. Biggest problem right now is how slow everything is spawning. Come on. Come on. Spawn, you little... There we go. There's the 100. Yeah, biggest problem is how slow everything spawns in here. Otherwise, I think I could have gotten a lot more than 132. All right. Okay, so that's bounties. That was a quick bounty. Move to the next one here. And I think this is going to be a really good bounty build. So I guess this is my test for that. Oop. Them Uncle Phil's. Always blowing up about something. What do we need? Kill 75 and kill Captain Cage. Captain Kage. Kill the Kage. Okay, I already killed 75. Oh, actually have to open doors with this. I get used to dashing, strike, and teleport and stuff like that. You just right through the wall. All right. Oh, the butcher. Now we're going to see how it does against an actual boss here. Pick up mats as I go, because I'm going to be... Although that's the nice thing about doing bounties. They have quite a few crafting materials in the bounty caches, all your veiled crystal and stuff. And some guys, they get super speedy builds together, kind of like this, or like that Inna's build. And there's a Witch Doctor Erikani build for the spider build. That's apparently pretty devastating too. And I'm not going to do that other cursed chest. I kind of want to do it for the mats, but... Picking up all the books, that's... Oh, that's so cute. There's still books to pick up. After you've done 100 set of bounties, there's not too many books or anything like that left. Oop, fire bad. Fire bad. Fire bad. Okay, here we go. The butcher. So an actual boss here. Let's see how we do. Hopefully I don't have to reset my... Nope, multi-shot's going, and he's dead. That was nice. That was smoked him on T16. Smoked his ruin upon the land. And yeah, probably don't need to go over once again my follower. But again, using the scoundrel because he's based on dexterity, so all my weapons or anything that I need to make for him will automatically have dex on it, and it's a good thing. And for his skills, I run Crippling Shot. It's got a 4-second cooldown, 140 weapon damage. Enemies hit by 80% or are slowed by 80% for 4 seconds. Anatomy increases critical hit chance by 2.7 73% for you and the scoundrel. Multi-shot, 8-second cooldown. The scoundrel shoots 3 bolts, each dealing 100 weapon damage. The passive is the scoundrel's special attacks have an 58% chance to fire 3 bolts based on scoundrel's dexterity. So this one can also fire 3 bolts, right? And then Knight's Veil. The scoundrel launches a cloud that covers a 20-yard area and lasts 2.85 seconds based on the scoundrel's dexterity. All attacks against enemies inside that cloud will be critical hits. I'm like, crit hits good. Right, and then Broken Crown for my double gem drops, which emanates, says emanates on it. You want gear that says emanates on your scoundrel. That way you get the bonuses, right? He's basically wearing all my farming gear, right? So then he's got on my Broken Crown. He's got on my Flavor of Time, so all my pylons last twice as long. He's got on my Nemesis Bracers, so Shrize's pylons spawn an extra champion. He's got an Avarice Band, so it massively increases my gold pickup radius. He's got a Royal Grandeur on, and yes, I know it's primal, but it's a piece of shit primal Royal Grandeur, so that's why it's on my follower. Right? He's got the skeleton key. Your follower does not die, cannot die. Right? So you don't want him to be dead when you're popping a pylon, and you want that other champion, right? Or you want the extended time on a pylon, right? You don't want him dead. And then I've got Sage's Passage and Sage's Ribbon from the Sage's Journey set, and the 3-set piece bonus, because I got the Ring Grandeur, is double the amount of death breath that drop. So every time 2 drop, I get 4. Every time 4 drop, I get 8. It's an excellent way to farm death breath, right? I'm never low on death breath after the first few bounties, right? Bounty sets. And then I've got Kane's Habit and Kane's Scribes on. 3-set bonus on that is when a Greater Rift key drops in a regular Nephilim Rift, there's a 25% chance for an extra key to drop. So generally, it drops 3 or 4 keys. Your Nephilim Greater Rift, or your Nephilim Rift Guardian, will drop 3 or 4 of those, and each one of those has a 25% chance of dropping an extra one. So if you're really lucky, you can get 8 GR keys out of 1 Nephilim Rift. Generally, it's around 4 to 6, though, right? His weapon, this bow dropped, really good bow, high poison damage, high dexterity on it, and I put a crit hit stone in it for him, and the legendary passive or legendary affix doesn't matter because it's for a demon hunter only, right? And it doesn't emanate, so it doesn't matter. It's just a good bow for him. Then it's got Spalders and Zakra on him. So when I'm playing solo, I don't have to repair my gear because my items become indestructible. And then I have gold skin on him. Chance for enemies to drop gold when you hit them. And normally once I get a build together like this, it's doing really good on T16, I'll take one of the gems I don't necessarily need so much, like the Bane of the Powerful or the Bane of the Stricken, and I'll put a level 50 Boot of the Hoarder in. And that's how I've got like 14 billion gold, right? So I'm almost always gold farming, right? Anytime I'm running bounties or Nephilim Rifts, I'm gold farming too, because it costs a lot of gold to empower your upper greater rifts. All right. Next, Wortham. That multi-shot. Wortham Survivors. We made our own home brew and it poisoned everyone but us. We're the survivors. Whoop, oh, go back down here. I want that. Boom. Reusable parts. Boom, boom's bad. Get out of there. Walk back, pick all this shit up, and we're off again. still just really, really persnickety about the fact did not get a Dawn out of 13 upgrades in a row. Did not get Dawn. That's just bullshit. So, but I know what I'm upgrading for now. I mean, every single chance I get to upgrade a crossbow, I'm gonna upgrade a crossbow. Or the hand bow, whatever it's called. All right. What do we got going on here? Kill 100 guys and kill Battle Rage the Plague. Well, that sounds like quite the gentleman to hang out with. Hi, my name's Battle Rage the Plague. I'm sure he wouldn't say it so smooth because, you know, he's plagued. Ooh, that was close. All right. 10 more guys here. Oh, not going to work on another floor. Oh, that was good. Flip-flopped right into the... All right, all right, all right. That bounty's done. I'll hit Act 5 because I hate... See if I end up in the gosh darn blood marsh. Yay, blood marsh right off the get. Yep. Okay. Let's my patience is done with that. I want a little bit more survivability. I've shown you that it'll work with low jams. I'm putting my bigger ones back in. God, I don't believe I don't have a bit of the powerful over 34. We'll go with that stricken. We'll go with that trap right there. Got like 4 of those. Wow. That take good. Oop. And get those. Get that. Okay. Haven't seen a Stone of Jordan yet either. Which is, I think I'd seen one really early on, but it was like super crappy. Super not of any damn use. All right, there we go. That should give me a little more survivability out here. Oh yeah, that area. And this area sucks too, where I'm, oh my dear Jesus. Have I mentioned how much I hate the blood marsh in the past 2 seconds? Well, if I haven't, allow me to state, I really hate the blood marsh. This is the worst fucking goddamn stupidest. Now here's the thing about going into this one area too. Going into the blood marsh here. I think this is it. Nope, this isn't it. Yep, it is. Okay. Probably going to have to, after I get done in here, probably going to have to go out and lure a bunch of monsters to the mouth of this area because there's never 150 monsters in here. Fucking. I'm going slow around this area because a lot of times, get out of that. Oh my god, and it still killed me. That's almost enough for me to go get my Firebirds right there. But I still need that stupid Dawn. And I'm too freaking stubborn for my own damn good, apparently. There we go. There's some little monsters popped out. Oh, gotta hit multi-shot. There we go. I mean, when I have a more durable build, I don't worry about those. Oh, that's the way out. That's not going to help me. Fuck, again. Just barely touched it. Okay. Going back to town. Okay. Yeah, it's good for bounties as long as you don't do Act freaking 5, right? Tell somebody else to do the Blood Marsh. Pop at least go to Act 1, get the bounty mass I have. Then I'm going to get a better build and run some bounties and call it an evening for the broadcast because I am now agitated and it's not good broadcast when I'm agitated. Probably, I mean, maybe. Could be really funny, but yeah, it could it could definitely be really funny, but it will probably not like wake up the next day and find I'm banned on Twitch and Facebook because of objective language and what is politically incorrect views, and then I must report to the local gulag to have my politically incorrect views adjusted. God, I wish fucking wanted that Dawn. I really kind of wanted to finish the build out. I don't know. I need to farm a bunch of maths with some other build and then maybe come back to it and try and get Dawn and get it so I can switch over to the Captain Crimson set and use Raps of Clarity and see how far I can get with it, right? I mean, see if I can at least run a 90 with it here. Should be able to get a 90 with it as is because I got it with all my with the higher legendary gems in it and all the. Yeah, 90's not going to be an issue as long as it's not in the freaking Blood March. Oh, or I run right into some dude. Again, it's a sniper build. Jesus. Yep. Squishy. Gotta hang back and let my Taeguk build up for the extra damage of the Taeguk and the damage reduction I get from Taeguk. There we go. My revenge was down to, which is why I need the Dawn. So I have 100% uptime on Vengeance. And it's a lot of damage and damage reduction right there that I'm not getting. And it's pissing me off. That it's taken me 2 full days to put this build together, and it's bullshit. Shouldn't take that long to put a build together. On the D3 Everything Seasonal Facebook page, I've seen some people just voicing how difficult it was to get pieces for this build. And I thought, oh, it can't be that bad. Guess what? I was totally wrong. It's that bad. In fact, it's worse. See, once you, oh, that they just melt once that those stricken stacks start building up, though. They melt. Like I said, I want to try it with the Stone of Jordan too. I think that'll be between the Stone of Jordan and your Convention of Elements. I think that'll just be a huge damage boost on this build. There's a pile of progression arms there. Yeah, I'm way ahead of the clock. I just have to be leery of how close I get to shit. Because if it gets close enough to spit at me, I'm dead. Oh my god, that dude sneezed. I'm dead. I think he flipped a booger at me. It's over. I'm done for. Do you kind of need to work some hatred generation in it somehow to better? I'm sure probably one of the passives I don't have on, or the runes on one of these is a passive gener. Let's see. It has 1.35 hatred per second. Demon Hunter. I don't know. It might have something like that where it grants hatred per crit hit too. That would be awesome. Ooh. Tell my Taeguk was down there. Okay, let's run up my Taeguk here. Make sure it's at 10 before I go in there. There we go. That's right, motherfuckers. And my vengeance was probably down too when I came in here. Okay. Absolutely killing anything that gets my way. But yeah, ground effects are not good. Ooh. Conduit pylon. Then vault out of there right away. And come back in slow. Oh, that ice nova fucked my shit up. I'm going to have to move away from these guys. Hit multi-shot. There we go. Oop. Left progression globe over there. So as long as I don't get a Guardian with a lot of ground effects, right? If I get a Guardian with a lot of ground effects, it's going to be a long-ass fucking day. Long-ass day. Oh, there's another pylon, though. Channeling pylon. Awesome. Now my vengeance will be up. A lot. And I'm getting a lot of cooldown out of my Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac too. I can see the cooldowns just popping around there. So that's a bonus. That's up and oh, I died by the ground effects after I killed the Guardian. That's freaking I'm gonna call it a day on this game. We can pick up tomorrow. I don't know if I'll keep working on this though. I doubtful I could. I'll probably have to give this build a couple days before I decide to have a go at it again. This character, this tune, anyways. Tomorrow I'll probably just grab my Wiz or my Monk and do some more bounty farming, right? So we know you can run a bounty 90 with this. Even if I wouldn't have put my bigger gems in and stuff, probably still could have run a 90. It just wouldn't have been, that wasn't pretty. It was 5 minutes to run a 90, which is good for a starter build, and that isn't fully put together, right? Ooh, I need those for my ZDH build, which eventually I'll get around to putting a ZDH together, and I'll do a video on that too, and find somebody to, save that focus. Bump up your brakes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might need that for that build too. Getting low. I got pieces to get it. I got what is it? A necromancer and a crusader build to put together still, and I'm running out of. I need to get some of them builds together and get rid of a bunch of this junk. Ooh, ancient ice climbers. I'm gonna save those. I bet I'll find a build I can use them on. Oh, want to save that focus too, I think, for a variation of this build. Oh, I already have one. Right on. So in closing, yeah, this is a glass cannon. It throws down absolutely beautiful, astonishing amount of damage, right? And on T16, as long as you avoid that freaking blood marsh, you can rock and roll. You can just get it done. It's a fun build, right? And if it's the starter build for your angelic crucible. So it's the Hedrig's gift for the DH. It's the first build you get. If you're just starting out, that's one way you could play it. Oh yeah, and I never put any of my Paragon back in either. It's probably another reason why I was getting that. So that 90 was without any Paragon. All this T16 and stuff I've been doing, no Paragon, low gems. All right, I'll catch you later. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll probably wrap this up. It's almost 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to go to bed. I got to get up early and watch grandbabies in the morning. All right, catch you later, Tim. So, in overview, not a bad build. And like getting the pieces together, I mean, like I said, I got the Yang's recurve, I got the Odyssey's and for the cube for the Maxwell build really quick, but I mean that build they were using entangling shot, and it wasn't like it was firing on its own. You had to stop strafing and then shoot the entangling shots, right? Right? And like, which I get because sometimes you have to do that with the Years of Destruction build. You once in a while stop building and just shoot some hungry arrows, right? So that you can build up your momentum and you can go a lot faster. But you have to stop and power up your momentum like that once in a while. But if you set it up right, it'll fire that stuff automatically and keep your momentum up for you. But, you know, that's if you're using the hungering arrow. It doesn't do it with an entangling shot. And like on the ZDH, you use that entangling shot to tie everything together. So it all takes a certain amount of damage, everything that's tied together. That's a cool ass build. I'll definitely have to go over it. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video, got some laughs out of it, got some good info out of it. If you did, please subscribe at YouTube. Subscribe here, follow me here at Twitch, get some notifications. Do the same, ring the bell over on YouTube, like, share, comment on the videos. Show them to your friends, anyone else you know that plays D3 on Xbox. Again, this is all Xbox stuff. I'm streaming straight from my Xbox. So, yay to all my Xbox players. And happy gaming, everyone. Happy hunting. Good hunting.